Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course, and we are pleased to be joined by Spencer Boyd, the driver of the number 12 Chevrolet for Youngs Motorsports in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. How's it going, Spencer?
It's going great, man. Happy to be here.
All right, so let's talk about your deal for this year. Of course, you're back at Youngs Motorsports, but a new number.
Yeah, definitely hope I walk over to the right truck. 3 years in the 20 truck has been a great experience and excited to be here for a fourth year. But 12 truck, new T-shirts and hats, and hopefully I walk to the right one on pit road.
So talk about going back to Youngs. I know you. I think you actually literally live in that shop.
Yeah.
So kind of explain that and talk about being back with these guys again.
Yeah. So Tyler Young, his parents, Becky and Randy, they do so much for this organization and have really built it up over the years. And it's been great to be a part of. Obviously, I got them their first win, and me and the 20 boys back in 2019, and Tate Fogelman in the 12, and those guys got it done in Talladega last year. So great organization to be a part of. I've lived here a year now. I actually live above the shop. So cool experience. A lot of people know I do all my own marketing and really chase this deal hard. And it makes it easy to have hunger to be out on the racetrack, walking through the shop every day.
I know that you and Tom Rice are kind of helping doing a lot of stuff. And with one of the things I've always wondered and marveled about you is because the relationship that you have with your partners, it's always been good because people don't know, you're out there trying to get a lot of the partners that you have and run across. We saw you in different Xfinity races, saw you in different truck series races. To kind of talk about that.
Yeah, it's definitely a full-time gig. You know, Tom and I have been together working on this deal for 6 years now, and going into 7. So it's wild. And I really do a lot of the reaching out on my own and chasing companies, and Tom keeps this deal, this ship moving forward. So it feels good. You know, I've had a lot of people believe in me over the years, and it takes so many partners to keep this going. And we got a lot of exciting announcements coming soon, some new and fresh paint schemes and companies, and a lot of guys that have been with me a few years coming back. So it feels good. And to be able to go kind of, to the next tier at Youngs and drive the 12 truck feels really good. And I'm optimistic going into the season.
Has, a lot of things are still needed to be established, including what has your crew chief and spotter been established yet, or with really anything like that?
Yeah, so Ryan London is my crew chief, nicknamed Pickle. We worked together back in 2019, and we did some Xfinity stuff at Mario's last year. And Pickle and I have been friends for years and really align well with what we try to accomplish at the racetrack. And I feel like he's going to help improve my program. Last year, personally, I struggled a little bit, and qualifying wasn't always my strength. So obviously I got to get better as a driver, and that was kind of part of the move, going to the 12, getting with that group of guys, and Cammie, she's a girl on that team and works really hard, and she's the tire girl. So Pickle and I, we get along great. Excited about working together again. Felt like we had some fun and some good kind of just workings and dealings with each other on the Xfinity car last year, and we improved a lot race to race. So feel good about what he was able to do for Tate Fogelman. Watching Tate grow as a driver, ultimately win a race and run competitively, makes me feel good about my opportunity in the 12 truck.
Okay, so yeah, of course. Also, who is your spotter for this year? Do you know that?
Yeah, TBD. That's up in the air. We're figuring it out, and kind of leave that ball. I work on the stickers and the partnerships and driving, and Tyler handles, crew chief and everything, and spotter. So spotter is super important, and feel like we got some good options on the table of where we're going to go. There's a lot more truck and Xfinity cars than there are Cup cars. So that makes it interesting, when it comes to, everyone's trying to get a Cup spotter week in and week out. So we got some good options and feel good about it. But I love super speedway racing, so he better be a good super speedway spotter.
Yeah. Okay, so I know that there's also with the truck series this year, there's a lot of changes, especially with the schedule. With the two road courses in Mid-Ohio and Sonoma, and we're going to go to IRP as well. How exciting is that with all the new changes to the schedule?
It's very exciting to see what NASCAR's done with the schedule. Definitely, getting away from some of those mile and a half, which I like, and I hate going to the same track twice in a year. I mean, it makes sense because you can improve on your program, but it's nice to get more tracks on the schedule. Like IRP, I mean that should have been on the schedule. It should have never left. So I'm excited. I love short track racing. I love super speedways. Growing up road course racing, I mean, watching NASCAR as a kid, Sonoma's definitely up there on the list. I've never even been there.
Yeah.
And then looking at, um, you know, what we have going on, Coda is going to be a good race. There's so many. And I didn't run Knoxville last year. We had a wheelman in there, Kyle Strickler, and felt like I learned a lot at that race, hanging out with him and doing some stuff here in the off season. So dirt racing should be more fun than it was last year. I had never been on a dirt track until Bristol Dirt. So talk about an eye opener.
Yeah, that's kind of what a lot of these drivers are kind of feeling right now. First time they ever, went to Bristol Dirt and all that stuff. Yeah, about you talked about Sonoma. They made an announcement yesterday. The shoot's coming back.
Yeah, I think that's going to be really cool. That track in general, I love going out to that part of the country. I feel like it's going to be like a level playing field. So many guys have never raced there before. So many teams haven't been there. So it's going to kind of be like Coda, going there first time. You might see a little shakeup of what teams run well. And I've been doing a lot to try and become a better road course racer. I grew up racing go-karts on road courses. So I kind of got that. But when it comes to, being an efficient shifter and racing hard on road courses, I got a little work to do. So I've had some fun, driving Miatas here in the off season and just trying to prepare myself as much as I can for 2022.
Yeah. So when you look at where we're also at right now with the team right now, I know that there's been a lot of changes with Youngs Motorsports this year. Yes, you're in the 12, but you're also going to have a new teammate this year. Jesse Little, of course, comes over to Youngs Motorsports. Right now, he's on a part-time schedule, but as you told me, it could be more.
Yeah, hopefully it is more. I think Jesse is a great addition to Youngs. Obviously, I've been here 4 years, so I love this place, and it's easy to talk about how great it is. But Jesse and I raced legend cars together back in the day. We've had our battles on the racetrack, and he's done a lot of work in NASCAR. From owning his own team and doing that to driving for some small Xfinity teams. We can relate a lot when it comes to similar upbringing, and I think on the racetrack he'll be a good teammate. I think he's going to do really good at Youngs, and we know the O2 truck is a really good one and a great group of guys that have been together a long time. So hopefully he can click off some more races and be a good teammate for me to lean on.
Oh, nice. All right. So also, yeah, I know you also did a lot of Xfinity races last year, and you also I know Youngs also has an ARCA program. Would you be open to some Xfinity races or some ARCA races this year?
I mean, anyone watching this, I'll drive a lawnmower, but honestly,
Lawnmower racing is fun.
it is fun. Honestly, last year I was like, hey, Richmond's my favorite track. I'm pretty open about it, and I wanted to run the Xfinity race there on an off weekend, and then working on sponsorship with that kind of led to some more races that I wasn't expecting, and then driving for Jimmy Means and Mario was a great experience. Cool to work with different people and kind of see what's out there and how different people do it. I've been here so long and obviously I like it, but it's always good to work with different people and get in a race car as much as possible. So that's definitely the goal again this year. I really want to be laser focused on performing well in the 12. But I wouldn't be surprised if I run some Xfinity stuff and bringing up ARCA. I was like, man, you guys got a speedway car over there. Like, I'd love to go run Daytona. But we'll see what happens. I've actually never ran an ARCA race. So would be cool to kind of get that statistic.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Maybe we'll see you out there in Daytona. I don't know, in an ARCA car. That'd be Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one out there. I know that the ARCA test is going on at Daytona, so yeah, you never know. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Spencer Boyd, thank you so much for coming on and talking about this, and good luck this season. We'll definitely have you on again sometime later on this year.
Awesome, man. I appreciate it, buddy.